Hey everybody, I'm Bobby. Welcome back to the Working Man's Whiskey. Today's whiskey I'd like to review is Jim Beam Devil's Cut. And Jim Beam's been around a long time. 1795 is when Jacob Beam first started the distillery. And this is one of their newer products, not the newest one, but one of their newer ones. 2011 is when this was introduced. And it's pretty special stuff. According to Jim Beam, they've found a way to extract this whiskey, or at least part of this, from the walls of the barrels after the whiskey's done aging. And what happens is during the aging process in the barrel, the whiskey has natural evaporation. And part of that whiskey is never seen again. I mean, it's it's what occurs naturally, and they call that the angel's share because it's kind of like the angels getting their dues, if you will. And what they're able to extract and save from the walls, deep in the walls of the oak barrel. That's where the devil's cut is. You know, they're able to extract that liquid out and then blend it with their extra aged bourbon, which is 6-year-old bourbon, and the combination of those two things is what gives you devil's cut. And it's pretty. I mean, if it's not just a gimmick. You know, I'll give Jim Beam the benefit of the doubt. But if it's not just a gimmick, and that's really, what they do now, what they can do, I mean, that makes it pretty revolutionary stuff. And, this is a really good whiskey. You know, I try to spread out my, the reviews of, the more... I don't want to say trendy, but the more popular products that have more advertisement, because I feel like there are a lot of whiskeys out there that, they don't get the same the same advertisement as Jim Beam or Jack Daniels. There's a lot of whiskeys that go unrecognized, and those are the ones I really like to review, but. Jim Beam Devil's Cut, it's really good stuff. I mean, this is, it definitely deserves its own review, among, other Jim Beam products. I mean, you have the white label Jim Beam, which is their standard product. I think it's aged 4 years. You have a lot of really good products from Jim Beam. I mean, if you want to get into the higher price stuff, I mean, I think Baker's, Booker's, Knob Creek, I think those are all Jim Beam products. But as far as the ones that are within our price range, this is one of the standouts to me. And I got this bottle for $17.99. Jim Beam Devil's Cut, you usually find it, I mean, on the low end, you'll find it for about 18 bucks or so. On the higher end, 25 or 26 bucks. So when I saw this for $17.99, I couldn't pass it up. It's really good stuff. As I said, it's very rare stuff. I mean, you don't hear about too many companies being able to do something like extracting, whiskey from deep inside the charred oak barrels, which gives it a really rich woody flavor, as we'll see in a minute. But anyway, just want to talk a little bit about this, see if there's anything else on the side of this. It's a 90 proof whiskey, bourbon and whiskey, which is a little bit higher than Jim Beam's standard whiskey. It's 90 proof, which is 45% alcohol, and This says it says bourbon's sinister side. As bourbon ages, some of it evaporates. This is the angel's share, and it's gone forever. But a richer, full-flavored bourbon stays trapped in the barrel wood, and we found a way to extract it. This is the devil's cut. Same thing I already went over, but just thought I'd read the bottle anyway. Let's open it up. Alright, so you see the bottle. Kind of cool little bottle there. Take a look at the color, and this one, as you can imagine, it's a good medium amber color, as you'd expect. I mean, this was, as I said, extracted, or part of it was extracted from deep inside the walls of the charred oak barrels that Jim Beam uses. So you're going to have a lot of that barrel char in there. So nice medium amber color. Like a mapley color, I'd say. And on the nose, guys, on the nose, I mean, it's everything you'd expect it to be. It's very woody. It's got a very deep, rich wood smell to it. Got some vanilla in there, definitely, and it smells pretty spicy too. You know, maybe that rye content that's in the whiskey. I don't know the exact mash bill on this, but I would imagine there's a good probably 10% of rye anyway. Let's give it a taste. And on the taste, guys, just on the palate, it's just a really unique, deep, woody, that barrel char, vanilla. You got your toffee in there and caramel flavors, but just that woodiness, that vanilla, that spice. I mean, you got cinnamon spice in there, clove, but another thing, you taste in there though, it's almost like a red pepper, like a hot red pepper, and it's kind of funny, I mean, it's called Devil's Cut, and it's funny because when I drink this, I think of the devil himself drinking this stuff. It's kind of funny to say, but just this rich, woody, spicy kind of it sounds funny, but kind of like an angry whiskey. So it's just got a very good. I mean, shoot, for $17.99, this has a really, really good, deep, rich taste to it, and it tastes very, I don't want to put it, act like it should be worth a lot of money, but as far as in the price range and for Jim Beam, this is really, really good. It just it's a really unique whiskey. I really like it. For sub $20 or even up to $25, definitely give this a try, guys. I mean, you can find it pretty much anywhere. Your any liquor retailer, grocery store. It's pretty readily available. So Jim Beam Devil's Cut is worth a shot. Give it a try. I highly recommend it. And until next time, cheers.